Picture this. You roll into an elevator with a stroller or a wheelchair. The doors open, and you have to back out blind. One wrong step, and you clip someone standing behind you. Awkward at best, dangerous at worst. Most people think the mirror is there for vanity. Quick hair check, fix your jacket, kill time. That's the myth, and it's why the real reason stays invisible. Here's the clue. If it was mainly for vanity, the mirror would face the posing spot. But in a lot of elevators, it's on the side wall, angled toward the doors. That placement isn't flattering, it's functional. The real purpose is simple. It's a safety tool in a tiny moving box. An elevator cab is basically a closet that moves. If you're in a wheelchair, pushing a cart, carrying boxes, or holding a kid's hand, turning around takes space you don't have. So the mirror becomes a rear window. It expands your field of view without forcing you to twist your body. You can see who's behind you, line up your exit, and avoid collisions right when the doors open. And there's a second effect most people miss. The mirror changes how your brain feels inside the box. More depth, more light, a stable visual reference. That reduces the claustrophobic "I'm trapped" spike that makes people panic, rush the door, or avoid elevators entirely. When people feel calmer, they move slower, smoother, and safer. So why not upgrade it? Why not build bigger elevators, add a rear camera, or put a screen on the wall? Because the trade-off is brutal. Bigger cabs mean bigger shafts, more steel, less rentable floor space, and higher energy use. For the entire life of the building, cameras and screens need power and maintenance. They break, they lag, and in public elevators, cameras create privacy and liability headaches. A mirror is passive, cheap, instant, no wiring, no updates, almost nothing to fail. Mirrors didn't spread because elevator companies loved reflections. They spread because modern buildings had to work for everyone, all day, with fewer incidents. Wheelchairs, strollers, delivery carts, tight high-rise designs all became normal. Designers needed a simple way to make entering and exiting safer, and building owners, inspectors, and risk managers all reward the same thing: fewer accidents, fewer complaints, faster passenger flow. So the mirror became a default spec, a low-cost upgrade that quietly solves multiple problems at once. Punchline: the elevator mirror isn't about your face, it's about your exit. It gives you visibility in the moment the elevator is most chaotic. Doors opening, people moving, everyone guessing who goes first. Next time you see one, don't think vanity. Think rear-view mirror for humans. If you want more small things with big reasons, subscribe.